Ladies and gentlemen, my name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today, we're going to be covering a bit of an interesting rumor. Now, before we get into this, you may notice that I'm not using my usual setup with, like, the little face cam border and stuff, and, like, the stuff on the corner, and it may get a little bit in the way here, and the reason for that is because, for some reason, OBS just isn't picking up this face cam in normal OBS, but it is in Streamlabs, which is what I use to stream. So I'm using my streaming setup right now for this video. So I apologize if it looks a little bit weird or you can't see everything on the screen, but I'll go through the information. Essentially, it's a rumor trying to claim that it knows exactly what's going to be happening during the upcoming Pokemon Direct on the 5th of June, So I thought we'd read through it, see what it has to say, if it's anything interesting, etc, etc, etc. I think you guys get the general gist of it, We're just going to go through it, see what it is, talking about what's the deal, and I think that's the general gist of it. So let's get right into it, though. So this was posted by Detective Grookey, and also sent to me by Roe Martins, so shout out to Roe Martins for that one. And here's basically what it says, though, which is, or here's at least the opinion of Detective Grookey, though, which is that this rumor is too worked, not if it will be real. I have not read it, just a little bit above, and it looks like this time we have it. I'm not sure exactly what that's meant to mean, but the guy is called Faye, and who posted it, and he has kind of an interesting name. It's very similar to previous names we've seen for people that post these sort of things. And what it says here is, from how I understand my source, this appears to be the generally every major talking point of the Direct, though there are probably little scenes here and there showcasing minor new areas or confirming old Pokemon available that aren't worth mentioning. A quick rundown. And he runs down a bunch of information here. Now, I'll try to kind of dissect, because there was a Pokedex rumor yesterday, which I want to say, it's full-on fake. The Pokedex rumor you might have seen from yesterday or the last 2 days, it's bullshit, okay? I didn't cover it because I was going to cover it during a stream, and I did cover it during a stream, and I was thinking, like, maybe I should make a video on it, but while reading it, I realized this is just, like, the rumor was just bullshit. So many of the names were just, like, they had different meanings. They had meanings, like, for totally other things. Like, one of the names just meant something totally offensive and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, it was fake, okay? So I'm gonna try to look into this, like, the same manner. So maybe potentially none of you will see this video if I end up, like, feeling that there isn't anything, realistic in here. But let's get into it, though. So Omori Masuda, James Turner, and Hitoshi Ariga are apparently involved in hosting parts of the Direct. There are two CG segments, like in the initial Direct. One focuses on early game wild Pokemon, frolicking. The other is a battle, between multiple Pokemon and the box legendaries. New details on Grookey, Skullbunny, and Sobble, plus the introduction of 6 new Pokemon, including the box legendaries. That would be quite a lot, actually. Galor variants for Cacnea, Kingler, Natu, and Xatu, known as Galan Pokemon. Ooh, that actually sounds like a good name. Like, we thought it was going to be Galar forms or Galarian Pokemon, but Galan, it actually sounds like a good name. Now, I'm wondering if that actually has a different meaning in English, a different word for that. So, Galan is just a decorative band used for uniforms. So yeah, it definitely isn't, and that actually makes sense actually when you think about it, Galan, because, like, if we're going to a region that clearly has been in, like, some sort of conflict with the Kalos region seemingly, and does have, like, different houses and stuff, it makes sure that, like, it makes sense that you'd have, like, uniforms for, like, soldiers and people, parts of each, company or etc. But sounds interesting. Either way, new details on Grookey, Skullbunny, etc., Galarian variants, photo mode, which we kind of already had in Sun and Moon, so that's really nothing too brand new. It's kind of something that we've already seen in the past. But beyond that, honestly, what else is there here? So new team battle format used in gym battles, local multiplayer team battle mode, and story and character information is what's going to be shown. So new team battle format, used in gym battles, which is going to be interesting, and local multiplayer team battle mode. That actually sounds really cool. I'm really curious to see how that's going to turn out. So due to, if this is true, of course, due to a volume of information, here's the paste bin going further detail about each talking point. So here we might run into some actual, enjoy and see you next week. This one may actually include some fake shit. So let's see what it has to say there. EW Pokemon starters. They are confirmed to follow you around on the overworld. The only Pokemon explicitly shown to do... Wait, no, that's bullshit, dude. That's bullshit. We've seen already in the first trailer for Sword and Shield that there are no following Pokemon. I don't think there are following Pokemon in this game. So I feel like this is bullshit. If you don't choose to bring them along with you for battle, they will remain by your side for the adventure as support. So I guess you can box them, but they'll still follow you around. Now, if they're not currently out in battle, they can be standing alongside your trainer in the starting town of Mattersdale, Your friend's brand new Pokeball is stolen by a shadowy figure, which you follow. It feels like that's a little bit too generic. I feel like that's too generic. Even for Pokemon, it's too generic of a way to kind of start things off. So you follow them into the eerie Mordred woods. You meet a woman who asks you what Pokemon you saw. This is how you choose the starter Pokemon. And then she gives you the Pokeball as a gift, which you can then catch the starter Pokemon with. Alright, Grookey uses that stick on his, of his to open up the shells of fruits and nuts. Also beats it against hard objects to signal other Grookeys. Alright, humans have learned to also communicate with it through this method. In the middle of a battle, Grookey can use the new normal type move Climb to summon a tree. Climb up it and grab a berry. It's shown using it in battle scene with trees. So perhaps it works with interactable background objects like in is that Gen 5 or Gen, what is he, like, okay, that's Gen 6, okay. Alright, so next one, Score Bunny. Those aren't bandages, but patches where its fur has burned off. It begins life up north with pure white fur that is slowly burned as it uses its fire abilities. Has a new fire type attack known as Hot Foot. Seems to be an increased priority move where it kicks the opponent with a flaming foot. Alright, seems pretty straightforward. Sobble, it creates bubbles from its eyes that are made of a stinging substance. If the bubble pops and gets in your eyes, you can cry from how much it stings. That's just, okay, fair enough. Has a new fairy type move known as Cry Together. It causes both Pokemon to cry, lowering both of their attacks. That just sounds too ludicrous to be real, okay? That just sounds too ludicrous, man. Martens. Let me search up, make sure that name doesn't have a secondary meaning. Which, no, it's just the name of like a shoe brand, I guess. So let's see, use a Weasel Pokemon, normal ice, a brown bipedal Weasel with a whitish head. It looks as if it's wearing mittens on its paws. They love to frolic about the cool Galor region, their fur providing them with warmth. Their fur is valued by traders, but be careful, as they can extend their retractable claws from their paws to launch a brutal attack. Have either fluffy or tough claws as an ability. If you're having trouble catching Pokemon early on, they can help you with False Swipe. Then you have Skaven, which we're gonna have to go down a little bit to find. So next one is Skaven, which is a Raven Pokemon, which sounds cool, which is a dark flying one. It's basically just a Raven, more natural looking bird with its most pronounced feature being its rather large and eerily realistic eyes. A common pest among the people of Galarian region due to stealing crops. It can spot the tiniest pieces of food miles in the air with its powerful eyesight. It has impeccable memory and memorizes the daily routines of farmers. It seems like a little bit too long of an explanation for each one of these Pokemon. It seems like way too much information from just a Pokemon Direct. I'm gonna be honest, okay? Has a keen eye as an ability. While double battles are in Sword and Shield, Skaven has the new Dark type move Stink Eye. Really Stink Eye. Really? When used on an opponent, they lose defense or special defense. When another Pokemon uses Stink Eye on the same turn on the same opponent, the opponent loses attack and special attack. A pair of Skaven will use this strategy to severely weaken your Pokemon. Hinted that something special. I mean, I get the Stink Eye is like how Ravens, like, you know, they'll find like the smallest of things, but like, I don't know. And there's something special may happen if the two are raced alongside one another. Tardibus just sounds like the word tard. Let's see if that doesn't have a different meaning. Seemingly doesn't. May have something in some other languages, but who knows? Macro Pokemon Water. Basically a blue and white transparent looking tardigrade shaped like a bus. Very cute with big eyes. Can freely change its size, shown using both minimize and growth. For microscopic sizes to the side of the bus. Okay, size of a bus. Made of water molecules, it can turn other Pokemon into molecules, absorb them, and safely transport them around. Ability is Water Cycle. If it switches out, it forces the opponent's Water-type Pokemon to switch out as well, I guess. Right? That's what it's meant to say. As it freezes... Oh, okay. Freezes the ground. Okay. In which... What? Wait, what's happening right now? Tardibus? Oh, yeah, we just skipped a little bit. Let's see, transport them. Ability is Water Cycle, yada yada yada. Tardibus, known as Tardibus, okay. James Turner designed it. There are also actual buses in the Galor region you can ride designed after Tardibus, known as the Tardibus bus. Which actually makes sense if you think about it, because we're going to the, you know, a region based in the UK, which definitely has those like red cool buses, so this would make sense. Then we have Volcalanchi, which is an Ice Hammer Pokemon. It's an Ice type. It's a giant dude made of ice. Can summon an enormous Ice Hammer by freezing air particles. Learns Ice Hammer, duh. Ability is Ice Wielder. His speed lowers after using an Ice type physical attack, such as Ice Hammer. The speed decreases will this sharply lower, but will return to normal and increase when using a special Ice type attack, such as Blizzard. Owned by the Ice Gym Leader, receives its own in-game cutscene showing it walking behind the Gym Master as the two enter the arena, dragging its Icy Hammer behind it, which freezes the ground. That actually sounds like a really cool way to introduce it. That actually sounds really cool. Now, legendaries, both Grass Steel, really Grass Steel, are introduced in a CG segment with them battling one another. That just seems a little bit like, I don't know, man. A little bit too much. And also, Grass, I don't know, man. Grass Steel just seems a little bit weird. One another atop a plateau in the clouds. They're joined by other Pokemon fighting alongside them. Sword legendaries assisted by Bisharp, Machamp, Cinccino, Gramble, and Charizard. Shield legendaries assisted by Steelix, Mr. Mime, Durant, Venusaur, and Dusknoir. Hitoshi Ariga designed the box legendaries and was responsible for designing the box art. Each version has the legendary posing in the middle, with their previously mentioned teammates looking badass behind them. Alright, Ariga was apparently given the free reign as to which Pokemon to include alongside legendaries. Calavern is a Blazing Sword Pokemon, is a Grass Steel... Wait, what? The Blazing Sword Pokemon, but it's a Grass Steel type. That makes no sense. Okay. Looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster with dramatic-looking red armor, with a wolf's mouth for a helmet. Fairly sleek. It's a weird tree man from what you can see beneath the armor. Has an orange glowing sword with runes on it. A fierce warrior that once took down those that threatened the Galor region with its sword, and that could ignite flames. Its ability, Crimson Clash, allows physical attacks to get right through, protect, and other shields. Furthermore, it does so. If it does so, the opposing Pokemon is burned. But it's a grass steel type. That makes no sense. I don't know. Guadwild. That's just such a weird name. Is a Crystal Shield Pokemon. It's a Grass Steel as well. Okay, well, Crystal Shield Pokemon, but it's a Grass type. Okay. Looks basically like Calavern, but far bulkier. Also, blue armor. It's also a Tree Man. It holds two shoulder shields that it can connect into one giant shield. Holding in front of it, shields have white runes. A brave warrior that once protected the citizens of Galor from their enemies. Its shield can literally freeze anyone who approaches in their tracks. With its ability, Glacier God, it can protect its side of the field from a single attack. It's unknown if it can stand up for set up to Crimson Clash. However, the Pokemon who dares to attack the Glacier God will be frozen. New regional variants, Alola variants. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, certain Pokemon adapted to Alola through never-before-seen forms. You won't be able to find them in the Galor region, but perhaps some trainers visiting from Alola may have them. There's an NPC who will trade in Raichu from Alola and Raichu, okay. Galarian variants, some Pokemon adopted to the environment of the Galor region. Apparently, in this section, Masuda directly addresses the fact that Alolan variants were Generation 1 Pokemon, and this time around promises that even more Pokemon will be given regional variants. Alright. Fair enough. Let's see. Anything else here? Let's see. Did we miss anything here? I guess it's down here. Unlike speculated, they're known as Galan, not Galarians. Galarian. Okay, Galan Cacnea is a grass type. It's a brown Cacnea wearing a little straw minnow. In the colder climates of the Galor region, it gathers up straw needles to build a jacket to protect it from the cold. As the jacket is highly flammable, the water within its body has dried up. It'll easily catch fire. It's known to scare off Scraven, so farmers consider worth keeping around despite the fire hazard. Ability Haybreaker. Wow, okay. When it's a grass-type Pokemon, Cacnea takes less damage from ice-type attacks. If it's hit by a fire-type attack, it takes the damage, but becomes a fire-type Pokemon instead of a grass-type Pokemon. Okay. If it's hit by a water-type attack while a fire-type Pokemon, it returns to a grass-type Pokemon. When it's that actually would be really cool if that's true. It returns to a grass-type Pokemon. When it's a fire-type, a small flame can be seen coming from the flower on its head. It can learn Fire Punch. Okay. Galan Kingler is a water fairy type. Okay. I would more want to say, like, I don't know, dark type or something like that, but oh well. It's a Kingler that's foaming at the mouth, has bigger eyes, and has white strips around its claws, horns, making them resemble candy canes. As a normal Krabby, it lives near a town infamous for its sweets. Due to the sweet syrup from the town slowly running off its to its beachside home, it developed a huge sweet tooth upon evolution. Sugar is always something that it wants, I guess. Something that it wants. What was it? let's see. The sugar has also pacified its more aggressive tendencies unless sugary sweets are involved. Ability Sugar Rush. Upon eating a berry, it gains a sharp boost in speed in addition to its normal effects. By expelling the sugar foam, it utilizes Sticky Net to slow down the opponent. Alright, Galan Natu is a psychic rock type. Okay, no clue how that makes sense, but okay. It's a Natu, but made of dark stone. There are runes inscribed into its wings. That actually sounds so freaking cool. That sounds so freaking cool. Long ago, it perched itself atop the various castles of the Galor region and remained there motionlessly for eons. Eventually, its body merged with the stone structures. It's said that it was struck by visions of the violence that was soon to overtake the kingdoms and feared to move. It has sturdy as an ability, and it can be much stricken by fear. And then Galan Zatu, which is a psychic rock type as well, and is a majestic white Izadu as if it was made of marble. Its wings turn a bronze color and spread around its body as well as form a little hood. It looks like a druid. That actually sounds really cool. They gather around in a circle at night, staring at the moon as if to attempt some sort of summoning ritual. They've learned to tap into the powers of the darkness to fuel their powers, and will obscure knowledge to seek, accomplish, and mysterious goal. I don't know, that just sounds weird. Ability Dark Arts increases the power of special attack, special dark type moves. Also grants immunity to psychic type attacks. New dark type move, Accursed Ally, summoning the spirit of a fainted ally. It deals powerful damage to the opponent. It's powered up initially by Dark Arts, but upon hitting the foe, will change into the primary type of one of your fainted allies. New mechanic, Photo Mode. You will eventually obtain a camera that you can use at certain spots to view the scenery to take pictures. You can also switch to a close-up mode to take a shot of your Pokemon against the backdrop. You can see various Pokemon moving around in the background, take a picture of them to catalog them, and add it to your scrapbook. You might be rewarded for taking pictures of certain Pokemon, so get snapping. Sometimes you may even catch sights of a rare Pokemon. Alright, okay, that's such as dense bars or one with an unusual color. If you happen to snap a picture of them at the right angle, you might find they're more likely to appear the next time you encounter a wild Pokemon. Fair enough. Team battles. 3 or 6 trainers form a single team. Each individual team member is known as a Teamster. And they each have a Pokemon they command. 2 teams go head-to-head, 1 Teamster per team out at a time, with a Pokemon in a 1 vs 1 match. After both Pokemon move, you can switch out to another Teamster and their Pokemon. You can't choose to switch out at the beginning of a turn like normal, nor can you switch with moves or abilities. Whatever team loses all their Pokemon first loses a bit like rotation battles, alright? Though you can't switch to any teammates rather than having to rotate in a certain direction. You can only hold berries, okay? It's a little bit strange. Let's see, in the final part, guys, we're finally at the end. I'm sorry for this video being very long. Whatever team loses their Pokemon first loses a bit like rotation battles, like we just read that. You can only hold berries. You can recruit Teamsters throughout the adventures. Each Teamster has a Pokemon they come with and they can use. It will grow alongside your progress, or you can give them one of your Pokemon to use. Teamsters have a skill, either one that can be activated, counter another skill, or is passive. Main character skill is Cheer, has a chance of allowing their Pokemon to move first, next once per attack. Once per match, sorry. There's a counter skill known as Counter Cheer, which can be used once per match to cancel out Cheer, causing the Pokemon that try to use it go last. Teamsters appear to be mainly random trainers, but dressed in a uniform. Youngster Edwin is a Teamster with a Martense. And his skill Berry Pass can give his Pokemon's berry to a teammate he passes to. This is a really complicated system, mate, that you've kind of created here. Like, if this is fake, I mean, most likely is, but, like, I mean, shout out to whoever made this, like, dude, like, well played. Gym battles are 3v3 team battles, and the gym masters are aided by 2 gym Teamsters. While you are aided by the Teamsters you've recruited, you can eventually challenge the gym masters to a normal battle later on, and may be able to impress them enough they'll join you as a Teamster. There's a special Tardy bus that houses your Teamsters that can be found outside of every gym, where you can quickly swap out your Teamsters and the Pokemon they use, alright? Friend team battles, local multiplayer party mode uses a single switch and 2 Joy-Cons, can create up to 100 friend Teamster profiles. Holy shit, choosing what team's trainer classes they'll look like and giving them a name and selecting a skill. Name them after your friends and it'll keep track of their performance. That would be fucking awesome, dude. That would be genuinely surface wearing, but that would be genuinely like the coolest thing ever. I'd actually love that. If that was real, I'd love that. Up to 12 players can enjoy a Pokemon team battle. It's in a 3 versus 3 or a 6v6 battle. This actually sounds freaking amazing, I'm going to be honest. A little bit complicated in some areas, but generally amazing. Each battle is different as 12 scoutable Pokemon rentals appear and each team takes a turn selecting their Pokemon. The leaders of each team can decide who gets what Pokemon, or they can let everyone choose on their own. Sometimes when you select a Pokemon, a new Pokemon will take its place, giving the next player who picks an unexpected option. Battles are carried out like a normal team battle, where you're encouraged to pass around the Joy-Con to each player when their respective Teamsters and Pokemon are out on the field, letting them decide what to do next. You might find that a newcomer to the Pokemon series may discover a strategy that you hadn't thought of before. New characters, player characters, opposite gender appears as your neighbor. Dude is Stanford, girl is Elva, really cool names. They end up with the starter week to yours. They're rich but friendly. You can shop for clothes at the Pokemon Center, buying them online. Your characters buying them online in the game. Really? Okay, so the characters they buy them online in the universe, which are instantly delivered to you. Not a lot of outfits shown, but it's mentioned that you can order clothing from both Kalos and Alola, so presumably some older outfits will return. That sounds cool. There's of course the soccer uniform your character wears. The number on it is now 151 as opposed to the date of the Sword and Shield Direct, like initially. Professor Poplar, really? Poplar? Very handsome-looking older man, got some salt and pepper going on, studies the interaction between Pokemon and plants, concerned by reports of a strange plant growing on a Pokemon called the Bald Root, sounds like a bald spot, which can greatly injure some Pokemon, though others seem to grow even more powerful from it. He's seen asking the other player to help with a Go-Goat that he's suffering from the Ball Root, concerned that even Grass-type Pokemon aren't immune. Basil, he looks like a Japanese-styled delinquent crossed with a British schoolboy. He carries around a large wooden sword, and I guess is a gym wrecker. A gym wrecker is aiming to take down every gym across the Galor region. He hates gyms for some reason, and is shown harassing the player as they attempt to enter one. That sounds great. Uses the starter Pokemon strong against yours. He's shown on the player's team during a team battle, indicating that he may join up with you at a certain point to accomplish his goal, or did you convince him to change his attitude? Mystery Woman. She's a mystery woman that appears in the misty forest near a lake. She's probably going to play a big role, but nothing else is shown of her. Chris, the gym master of Elyard City, the snowy city, shown in his normal outfit, wearing a cool-looking winter jacket embedded with crystals, but also has a soccer uniform he changes into. Uses Never Melt Ice to sculpt sculptures of a famous Teamsters and their team, Pokemon, sorry. Uses Volcalanche in gym battle, and is shown to use Auroras when you face him in regular battle. And that's it. That's it. I mean, there's a lot of inconsistencies here. Like, for example, some of the typings, like, for the legendaries and stuff. Some things, like, really seem very inconsistent, I'm gonna be honest and say. Some things seem very inconsistent. But honestly, who cares? I'll just, I'll give it a pass for now. What do you guys let me, think about this? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. If you did enjoy, drop a like down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Personally, I think this one's fake, but it sounds pretty cool. I like the concept of Teamsters and how gym battles would work. It sounds pretty sick. And I do love the way they describe the online mode where you can, the mode where you can, party up and make, custom characters for your friends and stuff. It sounds like pretty awesome. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a great day, and bye-bye. Peace.